Hi, Taurus. This is going to be your July 2020 forecast. It is good for the Sun, Rising Moon, and Venus sign of Taurus. Keep in mind, this is a general reading. It's not a personal reading meant for just one person, so it's not going to resonate with everyone that watches. It will resonate with whomever needs to truly hear it the most. Then again, July hasn't unfolded yet, and doing monthly forecasts and predictions help us do something called correcting our course or course correction, and it helps you get on the best path for yourselves. If you're new to the channel, welcome, subscribe, and hit the bell so you know when I read for your sign. I read for all 12 zodiac signs every week here. I usually start with the earth signs, and those signs, you guys usually go up somewhere between Saturday and Monday. And I usually do love readings for you guys, like you versus them spreads. This could be a love reading, but it's an overview effect, and it could be about any part of your life. All right, let's get into it for you, Taurus. So, I think that July for Taurus is about rethinking some things and gaining some inner clarity where your judgment had been once clouded. I think you're working on having some breakthroughs. I think you feel the need to work alone this month and figure some stuff out, get out of your head about your stuff, get back into your earth energy, set up good routines. And I think you might be dealing with some people or some situations where you guys have butt heads and there's been fighting and stuff, and you're going to start to see the bigger picture in July and get it together and realize you have other options and stuff like that. And you're going to get a lot more grounded. What came out of the Animal Oracle deck for you is Giraffe Spirit. See the bigger picture. You are being advised to rise above everyone else and have that long neck and look down and say, I see things for what they really are. I'm not going to be fragmented. I'm not going to look at everything from an earth level and only see bits and pieces. I need to get up above everything else and see things from a different perspective. That's what July will be about, is seeing the bigger picture. I love what came out of the Oracle deck for you. Very grounded energy, creation, growth, and release. So I think in order for my Venetian ruled earth signs to get creative and have growth in their life, you guys are going to be releasing some things. There could have been something that had growth potential and you are trying to create it, but you know that you either need to release it or release something so that you can continue to have that Taurus energy, and have fertile ground in your life and get creative. You'll be doing that by seeing the bigger picture. So whenever things get confusing for you and your judgment feels clouded, rise above and see the bigger picture. What's at the center of it all for you guys in July? I think you guys will be recalling the past quite a bit. I would work to get into a more grounded energy. I think you guys are going to be feeling very emotional. The Six of Cups can be kind of a heavy energy. This is about revisiting the past, childhood memories, when things were innocent and joyful and sweet. In the reverse, the Six of Cups can be a little bit about living in the past or recalling the past, maybe lacking in a playfulness. You or somebody else might want forgiveness. Sometimes this is very much about a burned bridge in a situation where when you look back on it, you or the other person doesn't recall it fondly. The challenge is this King of Swords in reverse. Now, this could be you, this could be a person around you. You could be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or if this is you, Taurus, you're having a hard time coming up with a good strategy. You might feel as though you've lost the upper hand in a situation. I think it's somebody else that kind of won't leave you be and keeps bringing up the past for you. Don't let a person manipulate you that way. The King of Swords in reverse sometimes plays devil's advocate. He tries to get the last word. He can be manipulative, narcissistic. He can misuse his power. The challenge is you might have to deal with that kind of person. But best case scenario, the King of Swords in reverse can kind of be a person that has a quiet power and an inner truth. And knowing that you might be having a hard time cutting through to the truth in the situation, try to stay in the now and out of the past, and it will help your King of Swords energy get into the upright. I do have a King and Queen of Swords on the table in the reverse, so you could be butting heads with someone in a very intellectual way, and it could have to do with power or authority. That seems to be the challenge. I get the feeling that this is another person. So what's driving you guys? There were a lot of reversals in this reading, and I did only shuffle it once, but reversals are a part of life. They help us make good choices. You can turn all of this around. I kind of see where this is going, though. It's going to bringing better choices into your life. The Lovers in reverse to the Ten of Wands in reverse. Some of you could have been dealing with a Gemini. Maybe you've got Gemini in your chart. This is about relationships and harmony and finding, like, calling in things into your life that you feel total alignment with. And the lovers can be about having choices. When the lovers comes in reverse, it's a moment where we realize, I don't know that I completely want the same things in this situation, this relationship, this with this family member, this job or whatever. Something isn't lining up for me. I'm kind of paranoid that someone has another choice than me, or I feel like maybe I rushed into something thinking it was perfect when really it's not. It's not lining up with me. I want this lover's energy. Clearly, you have an intense connection to someone or a situation. This could even be work, you know. And the Ten of Wands in reverse is where we feel like we're doing it all. We're carrying a heavy burden and we just need to delegate and release. It's like, this isn't really working out. And I know that I just need to release it, which is good. The challenge will be this King of Swords. Like, can you do it and still maintain control? Can you grasp the truth? Will you have your sort of discernment? Will you have another person give you crap about this and remind you of the past? Just let it go. Just let it go. You're ruled by Venus. You know when something feels right. You know, a relationship, a job, you know, even a home or work environment. You're like, this month for me is about letting this crap go. In the past, I think something really heavy went down between you and another person or in a situation. Page of Swords in reverse, Knight of Swords in reverse, Five of Swords in reverse. So I'm seeing two cards here with the Five of Swords in reverse and the Six of Cups in reverse. Somebody reminding somebody else of the past and hanging on to past resentment and not letting something go. A Page of Swords in reverse is like, pages in reverse are either no news or bad news. So someone in your past, you or this other person, had a really hard time expressing themselves. You might have had to block somebody, or they might have had to block you. Um, Someone might have been all talk, no action, gotten into something in a very hasty way without getting all the facts. Someone could not communicate very well. And then when they did, the Knight of Swords in reverse can be like impulsive and unfocused and reckless, like angry, lashes out even, or no action was taken. No one could seize the moment. No one could get all the facts. And it just left you in a situation where you were mad. I see that you're getting over it with the Five of Swords in reverse, like you're trying not to look back over your shoulder and get angry and have a convenient contempt. With the Five of Swords in reverse and the Six of Cups in reverse, you or someone in July might want to make amends or want some forgiveness, or you're trying to forgive and just live and let live. But I think there's past resentment here. And I think that makes you feel kind of cold and cut off, or this person's doing that. It's one or the other. What your soul is telling you to do, the advice that you're giving yourself when you're at your best, Knight of Pentacles and the Chariot in reverse. There you go, Taurus. This Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. Your soul is telling you, look, one foot in front of the other. Slow and steady wins the race. You need a good routine. You know you want to take a conservative approach. The Knight of Pentacles will express in a very practical, grounded way. He's not the sexiest knight, but he will get the job done. He's a good friend. He's a good girlfriend or boyfriend. He's a good employee. He will, he's not, he won't write you a romance novel, but I always say about the Knight of Pentacles, this guy won't write a romance novel, but he'll take out the trash and change the tires. It can come off as a little stubborn or slow or at a standstill, but I think you feel like you're telling yourself in July, I really need to just put one foot in front of the other, work hard. I want a good routine in my life, and I want somebody else to do that with me. I think you do want to leave the castle, but I don't think you want to go far. Some of you want to strike out on your own in some way. And for some of you, this could have to do with career, a younger person. This could even be a child or a adult child in your life. Or some of you are dealing with a person, or you yourselves are between the ages of 20 and 30 something maybe. So you're telling yourself, just put yourself in a good routine, work hard. But the Chariot in reverse is telling you, make sure you know exactly where you're going. Some of you have thought about relocating and you decide you might, but you might not go as far as you initially thought you would. Some of you will be putting a lot of work into a vehicle that's not working really well. You could have been dealing with a Cancer. You have that in your chart. The Chariot in reverse is where we're not entirely sure where we're going. And we feel somewhat powerless of the direction something is going. I am seeing two cards here with the Lovers and the Chariot in reverse. Up until this point, something might have just been driven too fast, too hard, and it kind of drove off the road. I see your soul telling you and your guides saying, pull back, take it slow, determine the direction things are going, definitely be accountable for where you're going in your life. I see you just kind of sitting in the garage, figuring out your routine moving forward. The actions you'll be taking in July, I love this. Two of Pentacles to the Eight of Swords in reverse. So you guys are going to be busy in July. Multiple priorities, time management, prioritization will be the thing. Adaptability and flexibility will be the thing. Staying in synthesis with yourself. The Two of Pentacles is a moment where we're kind of like, oh, what do I do? What do I do? You want to be in balance and synthesis with a person or all situations in your life, but it's a very practical thing. I expect this out of an earth sign. It's like, well, if I do it one way, this will happen. If I do it another way, that'll happen. Or like you'll be balancing two jobs, you'll have different things going on. It's more than one thing. And you won't make a lot of room in your life for emotion necessarily. You're just trying to keep it all together in July. And you're trying to get yourself out of situations where you feel stuck. The Eight of Swords is about having a victim mentality and having negative thoughts and being all trapped in your head, feeling stuck in a situation. You're going to be getting out of that. July is about getting your opening up to a new perspective, releasing negative thoughts. You will face a bit of an inner critic. You will face beliefs about yourself that limit you, but I see you trying to be like prioritize and get all your ducks in a row and get stuff together and be like, look, I'm tired of being in a situation where there's past resentment, there's angry words, communication's bad, the past keeps getting thrown in my face, or I keep recalling it. How do I get out of this situation? How do I come up with a good strategy and just release stuff that I don't feel alignment with? I see you figuring out how to do that, and I definitely see you getting yourself unstuck and getting out of your head. The way you see yourselves, King of Pentacles to Death. I'm hoping that none of you lose a father or a parent or someone important to you with death. But the King of Pentacles is awesome. Mind on your money, money on your mind. This is a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn person. It's also a person preoccupied with discipline, abundance, security, leadership, wealth, and money. You see yourself as aligning with this kind of person or this kind of situation and being this kind of person. You will probably be very focused on career, trying to stay very grounded, family, discipline will be the thing. Yeah, very much so. Wealth and business. This is what you see yourself as becoming or aligning with. And death shows me death and rebirth. So you will be making some changes. There will be transformation. Anything that dies, something new grows in its place. And I see you guys accepting that and making some changes. It's a little creepy in this deck. We see a little bit of a ghost. Some of you might be visited by someone that's passed on. They just told me that just now. And they might come to help you release a burden as well. So be on the lookout for a synchronicity of some kind like that. I didn't see the moon though, so I don't know if that's true. I just heard it just now. But I see you guys saying, look, I really want to stay grounded. I want to be practical. Kings don't show tons of emotion because they got stuff to do. And I think that you know that you need to go through some transformations to stay grounded and keep all your balls in the air and get yourself out of your head. A person around you, this could be a boss, this could be a family member, this could be a romantic partner, the person you're thinking about right now. They see themselves as the Eight of Pentacles. So this doesn't mean this is who they are. This is how they see themselves. They see themselves as burying their nose in work. They might appear to not pay very much attention to you. You may work around them. This could have to do with work. They are trying to develop a skill, mastery, repetitive tasks, even an apprenticeship of some kind. This person may say, I want to work on this, I want to build this, but usually the Eight of Pentacles is where we work alone and we kind of bury our nose in work. The way they feel about you is the Queen of Swords in reverse. So I've got a King and Queen of Swords in reverse. So you might be arguing with a person and they're trying to get the last word. The Queen of Swords in reverse has a very difficult time creating clear boundaries and having unbiased judgment and being of independent and clear mind, and has a hard time communicating when she's in the reverse. So even if it's a man or a woman, they could have been rejecting an air sign, or this person might be a little overly emotional and easily influenced by their emotions when they shouldn't be. They might even be bitchy with you, or they're dealing with somebody like that. The action they want to take towards you, is the Nine of Cups in reverse. This person is somewhat indulgent. This person might care about things that aren't necessarily important. This person, their action towards you is, I'm dissatisfied. I have to be happy all the time. And this person might come off as being dissatisfied and materialistic to a degree because they just can't be happy and grateful with what they have. The Nine of Cups in reverse is nothing is ever enough. This person might have indulgences in some way, or they're just saying, look, this isn't a wish come true for me. Further clarifying their emotions, Six of Wands to the Knight of Cups in reverse. So this person's going to act as if they might ignore you. They might appear to be up on their high horse. They want you to notice them, but they want to act like they don't notice you. They might put a lot out on social media for you to see, or when you're around them, they're going to pretend that they might be the one that's seeing the bigger picture, like they're up above you. This might even be like your reaction to them. But they have a bit of an ego, or they just feel the need to just hold their head high and kind of not communicate very well with you. Knight of Cups in reverse. This person might be jealous. They might be moody. They might be unrealistic. They might have over romanticized things. Or sometimes the Knight of Cups is in reverse when we realize we're stressed out in a situation we can't deal. Worst case scenario, the Knight of Cups in reverse has a tantrum. But it's a person who just cannot express their emotions very well, and then it cannot do it consistently. They might come off as Don Juan or Romeo sometimes, but then, whew, like they're very emotional. They have a bit of an ego. They're somewhat indulgent. They're going to bury their head in work. And the two of you might be angry with one another. I like the way you're handling it. Like, look, I'm not stuck in this situation. I'm not overthinking shit. I'm busy with my pentacles and I'm trying to go somewhere. And I'm willing to allow a death and a rebirth to some degree. The way you're feeling, Ten of Cups in reverse to the Two of Swords. So this could be family. This could be a long-term relationship. I see trouble in paradise. There could have been harmony. There could be alignment. This could, again, with the Ten of Cups, this could be about a family member, even if it's work or a relationship. I think you're feeling like a relationship that's important to you is struggling. Values are not lining up, and there will be a bit of a disconnection. With the Lovers in reverse and the Ten of Cups in reverse, I see that pretty strongly here. I like the way you're just like, I have to let this go. I'm busy. I have work to do. I feel like I have no direction in this situation. You're rethinking the whole thing. Totally rethinking the whole thing. And the Two of Swords is like a Libra energy where you pull back and you're going to feel like, I have a difficult decision to make. I have to weigh my options. I'm at a bit of an impasse. I need to be avoidant for a moment. I need a minute to think about whether or not I can have harmony and a happy ending in this situation. I think that's how you're going to handle it with the Two of Swords and the Two of Pentacles. You'll look at it from a practical perspective and an intellectual one. What you're ending on, Three of Pentacles in reverse to the Seven of Cups. Honestly, I think you just decide that you have to work alone in a situation. This could be a person you work with or work around. Some of you are getting out of a group dynamic because you see it for what it really is. You know you want to release so that you can have growth and be creative. So you're like, there's a misalignment here and there's disharmony. There could even be third party bullshit. Someone might be lacking in commitment. You might feel like you can't commit to this team effort and you don't want to be in a group dynamic and you're like, I really need to work alone. I'm going to do better this way. I can juggle it all. At least I won't be trapped in my head and I'm not stuck in the past. And it will open up to more opportunities and choices. Watch for being a little overwhelmed and distracted. Like if some of you are starting a new job or you're looking for a new relationship or even a new place to live, it'll be like, whoa, I'm a little confused. I don't know where I stand. You do have opportunities. You do have choices. Watch for illusion. Watch for wishful thinking. But it's okay to dream big, just make sure I see that you will see all your opportunities and choices. This could be another person too that's like, no, I don't want to build and grow with you because I have choices. Just stay out of your head about it. I think you're willing to allow a death and a rebirth for yourself in order to maintain stability. Yeah. Okay, Taurus, that's your reading for July. If this resonates with you, I hope it helps you. Book a private reading with me if you want to work with me personally about health, wealth, love, destiny, or your spiritual path. I love reading for you guys. The link to my website is in the description below. I am always listening to the universe for you, Taurus. Take care, my awesome, amazing bull gang. I really love you guys. I'll see you next time.